the best form of training is real-world experience. That's not always possible, however. You can't always access the environments, you don't always have the resources, you don't always have the funds. We're in a world where we're trying to increase the number of medical staff, medical capability, particularly in defence, but also across health and other sectors. And it's almost impossible with the resources that we have to adequately do that through real-world experience or live training. That's where simulation comes in. BlueRoom is a technology that came out of the Australian Defence Innovation Hub. It's similar to the US's DARPA program. It's a capability that solves a problem of accessing very hard to reach environments such as airframes and combat zones, where you also require to practice physical skills with real world objects to train. We'd explored virtual reality a lot in the past. We'd explored using all the other VR headsets on the market, and VR has its place and it solves a problem for many different use cases. But in medical training, we struggle to see it solving the problem where we require the use of fine motor skills, where I need to take out an intravenous cannula and insert that cannula, or perform an airway skill, inserting an airway adjunct and using my own hands. And virtual reality, you cannot replicate that with remotes. So BlueRoom was a way that we could evolve beyond that and bring in real-world equipment and real-world skills into synthetic environments for training.
If you take over here, I'll stick in a cannula in the back of his hand, because that one looks like it's tissued a bit. So our unit is involved directly with training every single person that joins the Air Force through health. So doctors, nurses, medics, environmental health, all aspects of health. We do their initial training and convert their civilian skills across into military settings. So that could be aeromedical, or it could be in a field hospital, just getting them ready to be able to be deployed into either a combatant or a non-combatant operational sort of area. We're able to put people immersively on board a C-17, C-130 aircraft. So when I first put the goggles on, I understood exactly at that time how this could be utilised and the importance of how it could be used in training. When I put it on, I wasn't simply just looking at a C-130, I was actually standing on the back of the C-130. And when we also factored in the haptic floors, the sound, and even the fact the room was as cold as the aircraft, it put me on board the aircraft. So my mindset immediately said, you're on board the aircraft to treat your patient.
You put on a headset and you see an actual scene that you would see out in exercise and operation, but it's all contained within a room. And that way it cuts down, it makes it a lot easier to learn. It's not as expensive to actually go out on aircraft, take aircraft out, do all these difficult to organise things. You can organise it all within a single room and simulate training environments of all sorts.
So being able to replay, in effect, that mission that we've already done means that we can actually look at how we did it, identify the mistakes we've done or identify points for improvement, do it again and do it again and do it again until it becomes part of our muscle memory, and we can just go in and we know that's what we'll do in the next time that situation is faced. We're preparing people for ultimately in the Defence Force to go to war. So from that aspect, we want to make sure that the people have the skills required. So using products such as Vario with the BlueRoom, able to get our people into high fidelity, high realistic training, enables us to ensure that when they are confronted with those situations for real for the first time, that they aren't finding themselves stuck. They're able to just go, okay, I've done this before, I remember what it's like, and be able to dive straight in and deliver the outcomes that we require.